in this video, I'll be sharing my top 10 tips to help you bulk up your emergency fund fast. Starting small and staying consistent is of course key, but let's kick it up a notch with some tried and tested ways to speed up the process. Let's dive in. Tip number 1 is to write it down. The first tip on my list may sound simple, but it's incredibly powerful. Research shows that when you write down your goals, you're 42% more likely to achieve them. Why is that? This isn't some woo-woo thing. There is real science that supports this. Our brains receive an overwhelming amount of information from our environment. And the thing is, our conscious mind has limitations in terms of the number of things it can effectively handle at any given time. This limitation is why focus becomes incredibly important. The brain has several regions and networks that work together to prioritize and filter what we focus on. But we need to tell our brain what to focus on. When you write down your goal, you engage in a deliberate act of narrowing your attention and tell your brain what's most important. By telling our brains what's most important to us, it can more effectively tune out distractions and irrelevant information and tune in to opportunities and behaviors, as well as other things that are aligned with our goals. So take a moment to write down your emergency fund goal and put it somewhere you'll see it regularly, and let it be a visual reminder of what you're working towards. This simple step for any of your goals is proven to work wonders. Tip number 2 is to automate your savings. One of the most effective ways to supercharge your emergency fund is by automating your savings. Without this, I guarantee it's going to take you a lot longer to save your emergency fund, if at all. All you have to do is set up an automatic transfer to your emergency fund on a regular basis. Whether it's weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, make it consistent. This way, you'll be paying yourself first and prioritizing your emergency fund without even thinking about it. Automating your savings takes away the temptation to spend that money elsewhere. Plus, it creates a habit of saving, which will serve you well in the long run. Tip number 3 is to keep your emergency fund separate from your checking account. When you automate your savings, make sure you transfer the money to an account that's separate from your everyday checking account. By having a separate account, you'll be less likely to dip into it for non-emergency expenses. Now, in terms of where to keep your emergency fund, we'll cover that in part 4 of this series, so stay tuned for that. Tip number 4 is to negotiate your bills. Did you know that you can actually negotiate many of your monthly bills? It's true. Whether it's your cable bill, cell phone bill, or even your credit card interest, there's often room for negotiation. So pick up the phone, call your service providers, and see if you can score a better deal. It's for sure worth the ask. And if it doesn't work out, shop around for a cheaper option. Lowering your bills can have a big impact on your monthly expenses. Just think about it. If you can lower your bill by even a small percentage, you'll have more money available to put towards your emergency fund. It's kind of like giving yourself a raise without having to work the extra hours. So it's definitely worth looking into. Tip number 5 is to cut back on non-essential expenses. When it comes to expenses, we all have them, but are they all necessary? By taking a closer look at your monthly spending, it's likely you'll be able to find areas that you can temporarily cut out or cut back on. By trimming these expenses, you'll free up extra cash that you can funnel into your emergency fund. It's all about prioritizing what truly matters. Sacrificing a few non-essential expenses now can give you the peace of mind and financial security in the long run. And that's what makes it a sacrifice well worth making. To spice up your savings game, you can consider taking a no-spend challenge, and that's tip number 6. Choose a period, whether it's a week or a month, and challenge yourself to spend absolutely nothing on non-essential items. That means no dining out, no online shopping, and no indulging in impulse purchases. If this sounds too intense, you can ease into it. Start small by selecting a specific spending category and commit to not spending any money in that area. Then in the following month, add another category or rotate to another category. You can get creative and build a challenge that works best for you. And doing it alongside friends not only makes it fun, but a whole lot easier. No spend challenges not only help you save money, but also raise your awareness about your spending habits. You'll discover just how many things you can live without, and that extra cash can flow directly into your emergency fund. Tip number 7 is to turn clutter into cash. Another way to fatten up your emergency fund is to declutter your home. Start by taking a close look at your belongings. Do you have items gathering dust that serve no purpose in your life? Do you have a storage unit filled with things you've purchased but never used or have no intention of ever using? Marie Kondoing your life and bidding these items and potentially your storage unit farewell could give your emergency fund a serious booster. There are various ways to turn clutter into cash. You can host a good old-fashioned garage sale, reach a wider audience by listing your items online, or even explore local consignment stores for potential buyers. Not only will decluttering create a more organized and stress-free living space, but the money you make from selling these unwanted items can go directly into your emergency fund. It's really a win-win situation. Your home will thank you, and so will your emergency fund. Tip number 8 is to save your windfalls. When you receive a lump sum of money, whether it's from a birthday gift, a bonus, or even a tax refund, resist the temptation to splurge it all. Instead, channel that money directly into your emergency fund. Tip number 9 is to turn your everyday spending into saving. Check out coupon and cashback apps like Rakuten and Honey. These apps can help you earn and save money as you spend on things you already plan to buy. You can earn cashback or save by redeeming offers and put this towards your emergency fund to give it a nice little boost. And last but not least, let's talk about increasing your income. Here's the thing. There's a limit to how much you can cut back, but there is no limit to how much you can earn. So increasing your income is one of the best ways to turbocharge your emergency fund savings. Explore your opportunities to boost your income, whether it's taking on a side hustle, freelancing, or asking for a raise at your current job. Remember, it's not about working yourself to exhaustion. Find something you enjoy or a way to monetize your skills. Every extra dollar you earn can be directly funneled into your emergency fund, bringing you closer to your goal. And there you have it, my tried and tested tips to bulk up your emergency fund fast. By implementing these strategies, you'll be on the fast track to achieving financial security and peace of mind. In my next video, which is the final part of my emergency fund series, we'll dive into where to save and store your emergency fund. It's a crucial step that you won't want to miss, so make sure you watch that next. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. As always, feel free to share your thoughts, questions, and any other savings tips you have in the comments. Thank you for watching and see you in the next video. Bye for now.